I hope you're having a good weekend, at least better days than before. Quickly double check everything is set up. Yep, it is. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Wa alaikum assalam. Taswoor, how's it going? Wa alaikum assalam. Robin, hey, what's up? How's it going? I'm gonna quickly set up my walking machine because I ate too much in the morning, and I'm putting on some weight as well. That's not good. Nawal, Fatima. Is it Nawal or Nawal? How do you pronounce it? Is it with the single A or the sound? Is it Nawal or Nawal? Hello to you too. How's it going? I'm gonna open the window for a while. How are you doing? How's everyone doing? Quickly gonna set it up. All right. Nawal. Okay. What does it mean? Is the sound okay, or do you hear a lot of noise from my end? Is it okay? Let's see. By the way, I was doing something that's a bit boring, not not too fancy. So I thought I might come on live stream as well and see how's it going with everyone else, because we do the stream once a week at least, so it's good to catch up. All right, let's see. Sounds good. Good. So what fun things have you been working on? I've been mainly working on uh some AI stuff apart from the Google ADK series. I'm not sure if you have seen it already. We can open it. So I'm right now working on my book and just formatting the book as much as I can, because it becomes a bit boring after a while, or it's quite a repetitive task, I must say. For example, here I need to format, and sometimes the software itself it's not really good. Sometimes I click somewhere and then it takes me somewhere else. For example, if I try to select this, see where it selected it. It's super weird. And now if I try to click here, it's gonna go up or jump up. You see, I was trying to click there and it took me to the previous page. Well, that's kind of weird. And then the clicking also doesn't seem really good for some weird reason. Nawaz, I saw your post about AI agents session 2. Where can I find the first session? You can find it in on my YouTube channel. So if you go there, you should be able to find a playlist that I'm maintaining at the moment. Let me try to find it. Give me 1 second. Da, 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 and I should be able to find the link here and hide this. Maybe I should move myself up top somewhere. Give me a quick second. Let's move myself here. So make me a bit bigger as well. And here is the link. So I'm sharing the link in the chat. Should be able to find it now. So this is the playlist that you can see. And if I try to open, maybe I can show it as well. So we have we have a couple of things that I'm doing at the moment, and this should be it. So if you see here, this one is the playlist. So we have 2 videos already. The first one is building your first AI agent, and in this one I talk about this one is a bit longer. It's like 30 minutes, and I talk about what is Google Agent Development Kit, how you can get started with that, and how you can build your first agent. So it's a very thorough video on actually how you can get started, and it's absolutely for beginners. So if you even if you don't know about Python, for example, you still can get started with developing your AI agents pretty easily. All you need to have is Python installed in your system. I don't go through the process of installing Python, but once you have Python installed, I basically take you through how to install the Google Agent Development Kit, how you can use Python for essentially creating your own AI agents, and how to use them using ADK Web. And the second one, then we have here, this one is about um, how you can use different tools. For example, with Google Agent Development Kit, you essentially have sorry, wrong window. So with the Agent Development Kit, you have the Google search built into it. So if you're using, for example, Gemini, then you can include Google's search as well. So your agent can search the internet, come back, and then essentially show you results based on it, and then can pass it to other agents as well, depending on how you have constructed your agentic team. So these are 2 of them. I have so far I've recorded 5 videos. So the rest of them are still being edited by the editor. So it's going to take some time. But I think there's going to be maybe 6 or 7 videos, maybe 8 videos about the agent development kit. But in almost in each single video, I'm going through actually creating something that's useful. For example, in the first video, in this one, we build a marketing campaign agent or a team of agents that help with marketing campaign research. So if you have a new product that you want to market, you want to have an ad copy, etc., you can essentially use it. In the second one, we do something similar. I can't remember which agent did we create, but in the series, we also have agents that can help you create LinkedIn posts and Instagram reel scripts as well. So yeah, you're gonna learn quite a lot of things. Nawal says, Atia, Inayat Bakshish Tava blessing give us all an Arabic name. Aha, okay. That's what it needs. Good. Shazib, welcome. Good to see you, man. Numan says, sir, I learned front development in React.js. Now at backend, I'm learning .NET. Is it good to learn .NET? Yeah, it is. There are a lot of enterprise companies which are looking for .NET developers. So definitely a good one. I'm going to replace the screen sharing with what I want to do, which is the book. Najmul Junior 10 says, very good, sir, video. Which video are you talking about? The Google ADK one, yeah, I think it's a good series overall. I'm not really sure if it's gonna let me select my thing or not, because even if I use like cursors, like arrow keys, it doesn't allow me to do it. Maybe I should close and reopen it. I don't know. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm going to reopen it. Save, quit, and let's open it again. Nawal says, thank you so much. I'm switching to data science, machine learning. Currently preparing for admission tests as well. I'm in the middle of a wonderful DSML specialization from LUMS. So pretty well versed in Python and related libraries. Good. Awesome. Yeah, I'm not a really well versed in Python at all. I don't know Python. I just know it from tutorials. So yeah, I'm not a Python expert, but I'm learning at least how to build the tools. And I think you can learn the tools along the way. You don't need to be an expert in the tool itself before you jump into building solutions. It helps if you know, or the more you know about a tool or a language, the more or the better you can code. But you don't necessarily, it's not a prerequisite to build something um, with data science and machine learning that you are an expert in Python, so to say. I'm trying to navigate the Kindle software in the meantime. Robin says, I've been working with Java for last 5 years. I had discussion with one of my senior engineering managers. He said there will be majorly two roles in the future. First is architecture and second, only integration engineer. Mm, I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. Look, the reality is when you talk about there's going to be uh, majorly two roles, you're assuming that the companies that exist today, majority of those companies are going to migrate to this new sort of niche and having everything AI, etc., etc. But the reality is that when the new technology comes in, enterprises especially are really hesitant on adopting something very quickly. I mean, it takes like almost a decade for companies to move over to something new. So it's really rare that you have something new coming in and people actually starting to adopt it. Now, the two things that you have said, are architecture and integration engineers. When we talk about architects, I think if you do a quick survey of how many architects each team has, and a team usually could be comprising between something like 6 members to 20, you will find there would be one or two architects. The rest of them are just developers, right? So they're not really architects in that case. And the role of architects is it's actually a bit weird because it comprises on a lot of things. It's not only like creating fancy diagrams, it's also connecting with the stakeholders. It's like making sure. I'm reading a book called The Architect Elevator or The Architecture Elevator. I think Architect Elevator maybe. And that's let me actually look at it. And that's a really good book that talks about what is the role of architects and how they work both between the developers and then also the stakeholders. So the role of architect, I don't think you can have 20 architects in a team, or even like 5 architects in a team of 20 people. It doesn't make sense. So we would have, when we talk about integration engineers, we do have, I think we already have people or the developers who are right now, they are building integrations. So I'm not in doubt about that at all. The book is called The Software Architect Elevator. I can see now. So so yeah, I think when it comes to integration engineers, you're assuming that a lot of integrations are already available and they're only working on those and they're only or people are only integrating those things without having issues. So we need someone to develop those integrations. We also need people to be able to work with the integration. So the software engineering roles, I don't think they're going away at all, because there are a lot of existing applications. I mean, if you look at even websites or systems, there are tons of systems on WordPress. There are tons of systems on, old Laravel, Magento, even before that. So I know enterprises. I'm not going to name them, but there are enterprises who have just, for example, migrated to Java 11 or Java 17, so to say. So it takes a lot of time for enterprises, especially with large systems, to migrate to them. And I think it's going to be tough to say what major roles are. What I can see is that a lot of roles would include AI, and using AI to boost productivity. I think that's something I can look at, because it's with the tools available today, it's becoming a bit difficult to move fast or faster than others, even to without the usage of AI tools. Robin says, let's say you can have cursor and a semi good mid-level engineer. What would you prefer? That's a good question. I would say it depends on which role I am in. If I'm building something for myself and I'm not reliable to others for this, or I'm trying to build a software as a service, um, and I'm looking for quick wins, then I would probably use cursor myself. It depends on how quickly I want to have the output, and also depends on I mean, there are a lot of factors. So if I had to build something, I would probably use cursor or some AI tool to build things faster. So I don't have to communicate with another person. I don't have to go into loops of discussions, etc. And I can build something really quick. But if I want to have something that is a bit longer term, and I'm planning to have, let's say, some investments in the short run, and then also building it to scale, then I would rather go with a mid-level engineer, so to say. So I don't think we are there yet to have, because it's not just about writing code. Yeah, software development, product, business is not just writing code. It's also maintaining it. It's also understanding the customer's needs. It's also being able to, debug, being able to monitor issues. Because we're not really talking about like small applications or tic-tac-toe games. We're talking about actual scalable, resilient systems which are out there, which have like I don't know, a millions of monthly active users, millions of daily active users, and actually being able to support them, having like abiding by the software license agreement, so to say. So it's not just about replacing developers with AI for coding, because as I said, it's not just about coding or programming. It's actually being able to solve problems, and also taking the company forward with yourself. Now, you could have multiple AI systems, or you could have automations implemented, you could have all of that happen, but that needs a lot of work in the beginning. And it depends how prone to failure that is as well. So until you have someone in the loop who's a human and who is constantly available to solve problems and new problems that you might not have anticipated before, I think that's you need a person there, and you need a software developer there, not an AI tool. That's my take, at least for now. Da, 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 da. Arjit says, can you review my Chrome extension? Could you tell what your Chrome extension does? I can't open direct links. Robin says, yeah, I recently joined a startup and I get to do things really from scratch, which I didn't do in my last company. I noticed this is Rift that my CTO was pushing us to use. Yeah, I'm more. Aha, okay. So what was the CTO pushing it in the company before, or the company that you have just joined? Robin says, and to be honest, like having a boost button enabled on your head. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you have free credits, I mean, it's not free, someone is paying for it. But if you have like unlimited credit that you can use with AI, it's like you can move really, really fast. You need to double check things as well. And I think as long as the developer understands like what's happening, what the code does, and for myself, I'm really comfortable in working on something that I've done before and using AI for it because I don't want to spend coding something that I already know. And a lot of the times it actually does the job for me better than I would have done in the same amount of time. For example, figuring out edge cases, formatting the code. If I've already experimented with like 5 different functions to do the same thing, and I have a messy code at the moment, let's suppose, then I can just say AI, go to my file and then format it, clean it, make the code concise, rename the variables. Now I know how to do that, but if I ask the AI to do it, I save time and I can focus on more productive tasks. I think that's where the AI tools shine quite a lot, using things like Cursor, or I personally like to use something called Climb. So, so yeah, as I said, in today's world, if you are not really using AI, you're not moving as fast, unfortunately. Or just says it's a basic extension to keep notes. And can you comment on my idea to grow and post my own product online? I can comment on the idea. I don't know what you mean about post product online. I don't understand that part. Let me see if I can copy. I can't seem to be able to copy the link for some weird reason. No, I can't really copy the link. Hmm, which platform is this? Is that LinkedIn? Let's see if I can see that in the chat. Give me 1 second. Comment on the post. And now I can see the link there. And let's see if I can replace that. It's iNotes. Okay. Let's see if I can go here and share my screen. Window. So that's the one, iNotes. So you have your extension as an overlay. You can add, edit, manage notes here. You can duplicate the notes. Okay. So what does this do? Quick note saving developer commands, saving developer commands. Okay. Quick notes instantly take notes on simple and clean interface, which checks for your notes, alarm notes. What kind of storage are you using in this? Is that the Chrome? What is it called? Now I seem to forget everything. Chrome extension storage. Is that the Chrome storage? So we do have two kind of storage. One that sits in the browser, and then there's also a storage that persists between browser accounts. Da, 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 da. Session storage, yes. So holds it. So this one is in the session sync. That's the one I was talking about. Storage.sync. It essentially is sync to the Chrome browser. Okay. If disabled, da, 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 da. We're going to. Okay. Yeah, I understand you using Chrome storage, but there are different kind of storages in here. So we do have the local storage. We also have the sync storage as well, that is managed and saved across different browsers without the account. Okay. Okay. So here you're saying that the data is not sold to third parties, not being transferred. Okay. But you mentioned in your extension that you have the developer commands. do you identify the developer commands separately, or does it look the same? So it's like a node extension, right? And then we have, let's actually play this quickly. For the video, I can comment that in the video, please, you need to zoom in, because now that I'm watching this, I can't really see the extension. So whoever is watching your video can't really see what's going on in the extension. So you need to zoom into this in the video itself. Then you have node, you have set alarm. Okay, nice. Okay, sorting the nodes, etc., etc. Is it I'm wondering, why do you have to use this as a pop-up and why not as a side panel? Because in Chrome extension you also have the possibility of using it as a side panel, right? So maybe because you're going to have a lot of nodes there, maybe it's better to have this as a side panel. I'm just saying, but it's good overall. And for the code, if I could identify the code, for example, if I could save my code snippets there and can say, okay, this is a TypeScript code, or it can automatically identify if it's a shell command that I've copied, or if it's, I don't know, if it's JavaScript code or if some other code, then that would be helpful as well. But in general, it's a basic lightweight application. Seems okay. I hope this helps. Um, Robin says, another question, if you don't mind my head popping more in your chat, that's fine. Maybe it works. If I have a potential good product in mind, should I discuss with my seniors at company? And if I do, how should be benefited? How should be benefited from it if it does good in market? Interesting. I for certainly won't be happy just receiving a hike only. So, good question. So I think the answer to that question is that you, your seniors, who are them, are they, for example, I'm trying to understand, are they the stakeholders in the company, or are they one who can invest in your product, or are they, or what do you expect from them? I think let's phrase it like this: what do you expect from them? If you expect from them that they're going to invest money in your product, then that's a completely different ball game. That means that they could allow you to work on it in your, uh, if your seniors are the company stakeholders, let's say owners, then they would be able to give you time from your daily job to invest on this product, or they would allow other developers or other resources to be spending time and efforts on your product. In that particular case, you can ask them sort of a percentage, because you have the idea. In these situations, I think the the better situation would be that you have some sort of an MVP, and then you take it to them, and then you can talk about percentage. You can say, okay, this is the idea that I have. If you want to take it further, then you can give me, let's say, a percentage in this product whenever the sales comes in, and then we can talk about it. That could be something that you can discuss with, if your stakeholders are able to invest resources and money in your project. I think that's what I would do. If they're just developers and you're trying to seek help from them, I think that's a different story. But I don't think that's what you're trying to do. But yes, the idea is that it's not just your salary hike. I don't think that's beneficial. I mean, it also depends on your situation. Like, on one hand, you have nothing, and then you get something out of it, right? So it's either that you don't build the idea, you have nothing to work on, or it doesn't get worked on, and then the product never comes to life. And in comparison, you just say, okay, I'm going to have a salary hike, or I'm going to have a percentage, etc., and then you actually go for it. And on the other hand, if it becomes really, really successful, then obviously you need to be paid in that case. So I would say just exactly yes, just discuss with them, because you need to be clear on the efforts that you and the team is putting into it. And I think if you have just the idea and they are the one who are actually investing time, resources, everything, then your percentage is going to be really really low as well, because it depends on how much time do you put into it or how much money do you put into it. So just because it's your idea doesn't qualify for, let's say, a percentage that's 30/70. That's not going to work. So it's going to be very low percentage, like 3%, 5%, and that's even that's really good if the product does well. Hopefully it does well. Nitin Yadav says, what do you think are the must use new features or techniques of Angular 19 and NGRX, like signal store, etc.? Yeah, I think signal store is one of the things that you should definitely be using. You should also look into zoneless applications. They should be coming into, I think we do have zoneless already in preview, but they should be stable quite soon. Apart from that, use the new control flow block syntax. So we have like for@for if instead of ng for, ng if. So use those. Definitely use the defer blocks. So you can look into lazily loading your components, your views. Also look into server-side rendering and hydration as well. I think that's really, really powerful, really interesting to work with as well. And apart from that, there's so many things. Like you have a lot of things in the route configuration as well. You also have functional routes that you can start using as well. You have the new inject function that you should be starting to using instead of using it in the constructor as before. We have different ways of creating dynamic components as well. I think you don't really need the view container ref, I think, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, those sort of features for sure. But in general, I think signals is the key. So signals, resources, or resource, Rx resource, HTTP resource. We also have the new testing paradigms as well. So setting the values of those inputs when you're using input or model, etc. By the way, if you don't really know yet, I'm actually working on the book that I was supposed to work on at the moment while I'm walking and talking. But we have this book that I've been working on, and hopefully this is going to be available really soon. It's called Mastering Angular Signals, and I think Angular is evolving as always, but it's really really becoming something powerful when it comes to the signals API. So this is not there yet. Also, the price is not just dummy. Let me know in the comments what you think should the price be. I think the pages are like 150 pages of the book, and there are a lot of things. There are images in there to explain how signals work. We have the we have the signals, we have linked signal, effects, model, view children, and I think query children as well. Then we have some complex cases of using these signal APIs. We also have HTTP, not HTTP resource, but RX resource and resource as well. So those kind of things, when you're actually working with applications and you use signal, and how to test them as well. So there are tests as well. So you may want to look into this. This is not available yet. I'm still working on this. And if you want to go more into like different recipes of working with signals, like we have animations in Angular, we have route animations, sorry, we have route configurations, how to lazy load stuff, we have progressive web applications, we have unit testing, end-to-end tests, etc. If you want to look into that, then this is the infamous Angular Cookbook that has been there for more than a year now. And I think this has still got like a 4.2 rating or 4.2 stars rating on Amazon. So this one is still out there, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to work on the third edition or not. We'll see with the publisher. But this one has been there, and there are more than 80 projects in there with a variety of use cases like component communication, services, pipes, and everything that I not everything, but a lot of things that I taught in my crash course as well, the Angular in 90 minutes crash course. I was actually thinking about maybe I should go ahead and do something with React as well, like React in 90-ish minutes, because it seems like the 90-ish minutes Angular is doing pretty well. But we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. Alrighty, let's actually. I'm gonna try to actually do something here, because it seems like I can't figure out how to click in this Kindle page. By the way, this is the book that is going to be published. So if you look at here, we have computed signals deep dive with some examples. We have some nice little images explaining how computed works essentially. Then we have effect as well. Then we have a nice diagram, hopefully, about effects as well, like how the effects work. So yeah, I spent quite a lot of time on this one. So I'm really looking forward to how or what feedback this gets. But we'll see. Da, 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 da. Robin says, yeah, execution is important than the idea. Execution and marketing. The most struggle that you would have with an idea's success is going to be its marketing, how the marketing is done. Because even if you have the best thing working, if you're not marketing it, it's not gonna. I mean, people won't be using it, so there's no use in that case. Sorry, Arjit says, what are your thoughts on launching your own product as dev? How to get ideas that attract the audience? I would say the idea is not really to get or to think about ideas that attract audience. You should go in the reverse order. You should ask the audience what do they want, and then you go with that. I think that's what matters the most. So you try to find people, what people are searching for, what kind of projects they're looking for. Talk to different people, ask them like if they have a certain problem, how would they want to see it being solved. So you don't really come up with ideas and then find people to use that idea or to get benefit from it. You first figure out what is the problem that you're trying to solve, and then you work towards that. Nitin says, great, congratulations for your book. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully it does well. We'll see how that goes. But let's see. Did I already reach here? Yes, I think I was working on the fifth one. So we have some complex use cases with this as well. And then we have resource management with signals. This is the one that is with the new resource signals API. And this is I think this is really interesting. We do now have the HTTP resource as well, but resource in itself, which is the core, which is the primitive, it is enabling a lot of cool things, cool possibilities. All right, where was I? I think I was in dynamic here. Yes, so I'm not able to select this guy, seems like. See? So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to now click somewhat here. Yeah, look at that. So okay, so now I got the hack. Instead of clicking on the element, I would click on something that's above it. Okay, let's try this out. So I do this. There we go. Hey, and now we go to formatting. And this is a fairly boring task, if I may say that. There we go. Now we have got access to this. Let's quickly change that as well. And feel free to let your questions flow at the moment. By the way, if you want to write a book of your own, Kindle Create is a really good software. Apart from the mess that you see here, why I'm saying it's a good software, because it actually, once you get through these issues, it allows you to publish the book directly on the Kindle marketplace. And since Amazon already has a nice, a huge list of users, so to say, or readers, it's really easy to market there as well. Okay, so we've gotten through that. I'm going to quickly go through this as well. Nice. A request attribute. Change that as well. And now we are moving towards chapter 6. That's good. By the way, how many of you have already looked into AI agents, and are you working with anything uh, that is working with AI agents, but within the domain of, let's say, front-end web applications or a full stack application working with the AI agents? Let's use input, font face, monospace here, transforms. By the way, how long have I been walking? Can I check now? It is, I can't see it still. Okay, 38 minutes. Not too bad. With the halwa puri that I've eaten in the morning, I think it's still not enough. Need more walk. All right, so component communication is there. Then we got view child and view children. Let's quickly do that. To reference DOM elements. Then we've got in these guys. By the way, the book is actually pending one more reviewer. So we got a new, another person named David, if I remember correctly. He's an Angular GDE as well. So hopefully he reviews the book soon. And then we also have an amazing person. I'm not going to reveal the name now, but a really famous person from the Angular community who's going to hopefully write a foreword as well once once he has gone through the book's content. So I'm definitely looking forward to having that done. And then we also have the Angular 20 coming in as well. By the way, we have the Angular 20 watch party. I think it's on 20th May, if I'm not wrong, when Angular 20 would be announced. So we would be having a live stream watch party for that. So make sure to tune in when that happens. Robin says, I really want to start the AI world, but I don't know why I have not started yet. Yeah, it's the same reason why I've not resumed going to the gym. it's taking the first step. Have you checked New.js? They claim to have framework that where the whole bundled app is less than React's button size. Really? Are you kidding me? Okay, let's have a look. That sounds interesting on paper. Let's see if I can find it. New. Let's see. New.js. Standards, first web dev framework. Okay, 8.6 thousand stars. Not too bad. And why does it look like native scripts logo? New is a web framework focused on web standards currently in active development. Our goal is to expose hidden complexity that's become a norm in modern web dev. The problem is that every framework that essentially comes with this exact same approach, and then ends up being for example, what React is now with Next.js and all of this stuff. But well, let's hope for the best. So we have the beta, okay, July 2025, and then Q4 we have the cloud. I don't see why this is different. Well, let's see. So we have a React button that's 73 kilobytes. New single page application is this. Interesting. I have to give them credit for at least the marketing. Like, this is a really strong hook, so to say, and appealing. That's exactly what brought me to this page from you, Robin. So yeah, kudos to the marketing team. So we got the view layer, login page, loading screen, navigation panel, toggleable list, chat, etc., etc. Okay. Okay. So you're using Rust and event sourcing for instant key press searches for over 150,000, far beyond where JavaScript and React will crash. Okay, interesting. So why does it? It uses a separated model layer to shatter the limits of traditional framework. Is it processing some part somewhere else? Change your password? No. Okay. Let's see. So we have about 112,500 elements. So what do we do here? Do we try to search something? Instant operation across 150,000 records with Rust. And okay, so they're using WASM. Okay, that makes sense. That's how. Interesting. Country, company size, plan. Okay. First of all, I'm using a really strong machine. So I'm not really sure if using this on a MacBook Pro with the M3 chip would be what I should look for when it comes to performance. But well, let's see. If I try to find Jacob, no, Lewis. Okay, so we've gotten Jacob Lewis, 16 here. If I go here, it seems fast. Demo requests, questions, problems, feedback, enterprise, pro, free, very large, large, small, medium, small. Okay. Okay. Interesting. It seems okay. It seems nice. It's gonna be fun to try out once it becomes a bit more popular. I think the benchmarking needs to be done in depth. Hyper standards first, React alternative. Okay. Okay. So when we talk about installation, how does it work? So first we install bun, then we install new, then we install an app with new create. Prepare new with pnpm, blah blah blah. I'm trying to understand what is the part where this works with Rust. I think it works it behind the scenes within the new package itself. But won't it need the Rust environment set? That's interesting. Features, when performance, their modules. Okay, I'm gonna look into this. It has islands also. That's nice, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna keep this tab opened, like my 500 tabs. I'm gonna keep this open. Let's actually bookmark this. I'm gonna see and add a new folder. Choose another folder. Let's quickly add new folder here to explore. All right, good. Let's replace the window with Kindle. Oi, what happened here? It's not something I wanted to share. Stop. Window. Kindle. There we go. Nitin says, maybe you should do a video about creating agents specify to your data on Copilot Studio and provide interface on Angular. Agents specify to your data or specific to my data on Copilot Studio. What is Copilot Studio? I don't know what that is. Copilot Studio. Aha, okay. So is it, I see it's something from Microsoft. Build your own agents or enhance Microsoft 365 Copilot with one. What is Microsoft Copilot Studio? It's an end-to-end conversational AI platform that empowers you to create agents using natural language, blah, blah, blah. With Copilot Studio, you can design, test, publish agents that suit across your industry. Okay, but this is specific. I don't really know if this is, I don't know if this is supposed to be with Microsoft only, or it could be something else as well. But for example, thinking about Google Agent Development Kit, I know that you can at least use different large language models. And I also have a video that's coming up pretty soon about that one, that in which we use an AI agent that uses Google Gemini, an AI agent that uses Claude, an AI uses or agent that uses OpenAI ChatGPT 4o, and then they work as a team. So because this thing that is interface on Angular, that is something I could do actually, even with Google ADK. And I had something built. I'm not really sure if I pushed this on GitHub or not, but I had an Angular application already as a demo that works just like the ADK web interface that talks to, or that allows you to create sessions in the Google Agent Development Kit, ask questions, retrieve answer, and even format the data in Markdown form, or actually render it like HTML. So maybe I'm going to include that, hopefully. Robin says, I would love to watch a video, then scrap the whole stuff. Anyway, their marketing idea would do the job for you. Thumbnail as well. Yes. Yeah. For me, I found it whenever I go with something that's um, like a momentary hype, or the hype train, it doesn't really do well for me, or for the channel, because it's like for a really short amount of time. And things like we have Angular crash course in 90 minutes, has been doing like really, really well. I think just in a couple of months, I think 6 months or something, we have I think we're about to cross like 250,000 views on that one, and I'm really happy to see like a lot of people are getting benefit from it. So that's why I was thinking for something related to that, like a crash course um, of React in 90 minutes. There could be a crash course on Node.js for 90 minutes, but since it's still being developed, the API is going to change, and people are going to comment like, "Hey, this doesn't work, you stupid," and then I'm going to be sad. So I'm not usually sad with these things, so to say. All right, how long have we been live for? Is it 1 hour already? It's about 53. When I looked at the time, it's like 53. Okay, let's actually try to format some more things as well before I end this. And hopefully, once this gets reviewed, the book from David, we don't really have too many changes to do, because I can't change the code here. But I can change the text in general. Oh, we'll see. So we got this to change in the font. Da, 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 da. And then we have private notifications, da, 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 with dummy notifications. One thing that I'm thinking about is that I do have code that's written in the book here, but I don't have any screenshots of the applications output. And the applications are actually, to say it nicely, they're pretty beautiful. So I'm not really sure if I should have screenshots of the output here, because I don't think that makes too much sense to show the output in the book itself, because people can just run the code and see how they look. And then if I change something, then I would not have to update. I would not have to update the screenshot as well. So then I thought, okay, I may not really add screenshots of the of the output of the code. And one of the best things that I think comes with the Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, and this is for the first time I'm trying it, but it allows me to do changes, and then the people, when they try to buy the book afterwards, they will get the new changes. So I can always update the content myself. And that's actually amazing. And then we also have the Angular 20 coming out as well. But since I'm using, I'm using Annex for my mono repository. When Angular 20 comes out, it's not going to be that I can directly switch or quickly switch to Angular version 20. I'm going to have to wait for a while before NX actually does that. I think that's the only, I wouldn't even say downside, but it's it's one of the caveats of using NX as a mono repository for your Angular projects. But then it gives you a lot of benefits as well. So you have a single workspace, a single place to manage your Angular versions, all of the applications using the same Angular version as well. The build process is really nice. The commands feel natural as well, so you can run it for all of your projects as well. So I do like it, but the only caveat is that I have to wait a while updating the Angular version. That's fine. We're gonna be okay waiting for a while. So let's not make this italic, because I'm not using italic in a lot of places. Update. Let's actually do that as well. As you can see, writing a book takes a lot of effort, and sometimes a lot of boring tasks as well. Let's actually copy pasta this one, and I would also have to go pretty soon to do some groceries as well. We're mostly out of eggs. If the ID matches, okay. Save this using the spread operator. Let's not make this italic. Let's make this guy font monospace and read property to true. Let's make this monospace. Let's make this guy also monospace. And then we got this guy. Notifications object. Notification object unchanged. There we go. No italic, just bold. Then we go with notification service here. Let's quickly update that as well. And we got add notification. Mark as red. Nope. Monospace is going to be updated as well. Let's see. Oi, it is scrolled. Why did you scroll? Come back. Done, done, done. This one. Mark as red. Let's copy this guy. Copy and paste it here. Let's mark this font size as well. And we got this one as well. Count. Can I just select this guy? Yes. Then I want to change this to this. Lib notification item. Got to change this as well. And the rest of it looks good. Then we got this guy. Notification service. Robin says, I recently read about the Apocalypse project and it baffled my head how much behind we are. What is that? Is that something from China? Am I reading you correctly, or is it something different? Apocalypse. I like the name at least. Has the epoch and then calypse as well. What is the project? Could you share briefly? I'm sorry, I'm having to type having you type a lot of things. I'm in the flow. Don't wanna stop myself. We got a space here. No spaces, please. Let's try this once more. So panel just towards here, because when you go with mono space, even an empty space becomes a bit too big. I don't like it. And then this one, I think I'm gonna just finish this chapter and then close the stream as well, so I can go and do some groceries. And then we have Monday tomorrow. Sad. You're saying let me copy the text from your website. Yeah, sure. Pop. And then we have handle mark as red. Let's quickly do that. Okay. Notification panel component. Mark this guy. Notifications service. That notifications panel example component. We got that one done. Let's quickly select this guy. And we do it like this. Chapter 6. There we go. Okay. I think we had 3 examples in here, so we still have some time. Okay, Robin says, many computer systems track time using 32-bit signed integer that counts seconds since yes, known as the unique time. This approach has mathematical limitation. Exactly, there was an issue with when it reaches a certain date, I think it resets it. The affected system will roll over to negative numbers, causing them to interpret date as 1901 12. Yes, I know that one, but hasn't been fixed? Are you saying that? Because I remember like last year I made a joke about this, or created a meme or something. Have we found an issue, or have we found a solution to this one? And shopping. Why do we have n shopping cart here? Someone can recommend a shopping cart component orchestrates. Wait, shopping cart component. Cart component. Let's quickly mark this one as done using modal. We're gonna quickly mark this as done as well, and the cart service. Robin says it is just how much less attention is given to this. Yes, true. All right, items. To be honest, I thought that, especially for the JavaScript framework, like Node.js, coming back to that, I thought that we would probably get rid of this joke that there's while we are talking, there's a new JavaScript framework being created somewhere. I thought that would be over, but now we still have things going on because I think the last thing that I knew was probably Svelte. No, not Svelte. Let me think again. I think Remix maybe, or even after Remix, then we got Quick, but I'm not really sure if that became like really popular. But I think Remix was quite popular, but not after that. I don't remember anything that came after Remix that became a bit popular. So we got Svelte, Remix, React, Vue. Those were the like OGs, but new. We'll see. Saying we have hospitals and many critical operational machines where one small wrong will lead to huge issues. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I think now we are in the world where if it works, just don't touch it, and then if it doesn't have an issue at the moment, don't fix it. So we're waiting for when the time is a bit close. Saliha Shuja says Bun.js came after that. Yeah, but Bun.js is not a framework. It's like not a coding. It's not something that you code in. So it's not React, Vue, etc. It's a runtime. Let's quickly change. But yeah, Bun.js itself, not being in the category, still came pretty recently. I'm not sure if Bun.js came first or Dino. I can't remember. Maybe Dino came first and then tried to catch up. By the way, do you know if any companies are actually using Dino in production? I personally don't. I do see that at least people who are a bit tech savvy or are developers, they do tend to use Bun with the new projects that they're working with. But I've not seen it actually being used by companies so far. Companies or projects for production so far. But that's just me. And I have a very limited context, so to say. So we got this one. Let's quickly see if did we go all the way back somewhere? It seems like we jumped way back. That's sad. Cart view component. Yeah, here we should have been here, but we jumped way back for some weird reason. Set font face, total price. I think we're almost towards the end of the chapter, so we're gonna be done soon. Set font face, monospace, and I might have walked for an hour by then, hopefully, or 45 minutes at least. Let's see. User flows. Okay, so I walked over an hour now. That's good. It's not too bad. Monospace, search query. Shopping cart example component. And then we got filter products here, not including the brackets, please. There we go. Then we got search term. I'm actually enjoying that. I'm now right now streaming from my laptop, but it's not my regular setup. So I'm not really using my my microphone and the camera that I have, which also means that I don't have to set or replace my camera's battery because it dies like every 50 minutes. So that's a relief. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Is anyone using Bun.js as well in production? I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure I don't know any company that uses it. But if someone in the chat knows, let us know. I personally don't. Add product to cart. I think this is the last example in this particular chapter, so we should be good in a few minutes. By the way, are there any books that you're reading at the moment and you would like to recommend reading? I think I'm on 10% of the architect elevator. So hopefully once that's finished, I do have one more book, but that's more about storytelling. And I'm often thinking if I should skip the uh, architect elevator book and switch to that one. But I'm going to finish. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to finish the one I'm reading at the moment, and then I'm going to go there. Topic card, example component, font face, monospace, card service. I quickly do that as well. And then we got items count and total price as well. Total price as well. And then we got shopping cart example there as well. Robin says, I like reading about politics apart from tech. Ooh, nice, interesting. Water Politics by David L. Feldman. Interesting. I'm going to note it down. I'm not really too much into politics. My wife likes to read sometimes. So David L. Feldman, Water Politics. Noted. Salia says, I tried out Bun and found out how fast it is, but yes, it wasn't on production. Yeah, it's fast, no doubt. No doubt about that. But I think we should be able to run it. We should be able to run it on production anyways. But I would be interested in seeing, or actually, I have a few things that are in production at the moment, including my blog, which is right now working with something called Ghost. And then also I was exploring this thing called N8N. Has anyone used N8N, which is used for automation? So I'm looking into it to see if I can create any AI workflows that I can use for myself. For example, things like automating posts on LinkedIn and my blog. So if I have like a Google sheet or an Airtable sheet, which has the title, the body, the image that I need to use, and then like what I want to do is to be able to just put everything in the Google sheet or Airtable, and then write an AI workflow that triggers like every morning or once a week, etc., and then does it. So that could run with Bun, and I could see if that makes anything faster. Because at least the demo that showed, or the demo that they showed was like how many requests per second can Bun handle versus Node.js. So it's gonna be fun looking into that. All right, so we are moving towards the summary. Not W, and that means we are almost towards the end. So font size, monospace. I'm still gonna read it one more time before I say, okay, I'm done. And not in this stream, but it's quite possible that with the annoying thing about me clicking somewhere and then the Kindle Create moving me somewhere else, I might have missed something that needed to be formatted. So yeah, we'll see about that. But I think once I'm done formatting this at least one time, the project's going to be saved And I hopefully won't have to do this whole thing again. Da, 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 da. This should be like this. This example showcases like da, 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 da. Okay. So what was this one? Chapter 5, chapter 6. Chapter 6, we start with interaction with signals, practical example 1. Okay. This one, what is this? Is this heading? What kind of element is this? I think this should be a heading or something. Formatting, it's body text plus. Okay. I probably would have to then format the headings as well. So we got DOM traction with signal, practical example 1, notification service. That is the first example. Then we got practical example 2 here, right? Which is shopping cart. So look at this one now. Then we should have practical example 3, which I think I saw, but dynamic component. Okay. I think this is the one. So here we have an issue. So we don't have the right formatting here. So this should be practical example 3. So see, I could have missed this one. Dynamic list lost, list with DOM interaction. Robin says, how about the pragmatic programmer? I had good reviews. Yeah, here. So still very packed, I would say. So the plastic is on the top. So I have to read it. I have not done that yet. So I'm gonna let you know how I feel about it after I'm done. But I've heard good reviews, really good reviews as well. So we'll see how it turns out to be at the end. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be looking into the other one, the stories, or the how to tell. I think it was something about telling stories. I can't remember the name of the book. I do remember that when I went to Karachi, there was an event that had like a book mela, and I got it there. So I still have to do that one before. I think after that, I'm going to quickly come to the pragmatic programmer one for sure. Pop, 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 pop. I thought I was actually about the end, at the end of the chapter, but it doesn't seem like it. A computed signal. Let's quickly do that. List item. Let's do that. One positive thing about working on the Kindle Create right now is that I'm walking, and I'm not going to be. They say that when you eat something, after that you should not feel guilty about it. So I try to follow that approach. I do think about the guilt when I'm doing it, but I try not to do it after. I just walk after that one. Okay, how much of it? Okay, so we have a couple of pages, it seems like. Let's see. So this one is done. Did I do the after render as well? No, this one I did not. So we were here, right? After next render. I'm going to quickly copy this, paste it here. View child, let's copy this, do this, copy this guy, paste this element ref. We don't have it. So we're going to have to format it like this. And then we have two more pages. So that's not too bad. Then we can call it a day. Computed. Let's do it like this. View children, copy from here, paste here without the dot, because we don't want the dot to be gone. Disabled. I'm going to have to format it nicely. Da, 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 da. Robin says sorry for taking credits. All right, let's see. Can I? Okay. So we're gonna go with this one, and then we have, I think we have two more pages. Code, 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 and then we got this guy. Okay, so now it's doing it again. Come on, let me click here. Okay. Nope. Not what I wanted. If I do this, nope. Let's do this again. If I do this, no. Okay, it's gonna be tough because there's a code snippet there, and I can't seem to be able to click it there. And I'm now going back. First of all, let's save this. Then we can click here. I don't know. If I change this, I think I'm going to be able to do it. So if I do it like this, now I should be able to. Aha, that's also a hack then. So I just need to set the font face, and then I can click it. So Kindle then recognizes what I want to do. Cool. Take that, Kindle. Did I read it? Okay, sorry. Salia, sorry. So the pragmatic programmer was from you, yes. You would read that soon too. Nice. How's the book? Salia, are you talking about the pragmatic engineer? I've not read it so far. I'm going to read it afterwards. Wait, what did I do? Okay, this one. Let's do it like this. G. Okay, मैं अभी आता हूँ. My son is trying to open the door. It's probably gonna succeed. Okay. Okay. मैं अभी आ रहा हूँ. जी. He's probably not gonna stop. Can I? This seems a bit weird. Yeah, I might have to remove the space here. G. Give me 1 second. Oh no. All right, folks. I'm gonna go. Thomas says, "कहाँ रह रहे हैं आप भी?" In Stockholm, Sweden. कहाँ पे कोई और वहाँ पे. All right, everyone, I'm gonna go now. I'll have to do groceries. So hopefully I'll see you next week. Next week we also have the sorry, I'm gonna do an edit back. So next week we also have the AI agents event with the TensorFlow group Islamabad. So you may find the information on LinkedIn and also on Facebook about that one. So I'm probably going to stream that as well. I have to first ask uh, the organizer. So we'll see if he agrees. But with that said, as always, happy coding. Take care.